Just see this. Just see this. Reba, can you see the butterfly?
Yeah.
Beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful.
See this.
Marvelous. Marvelous.
Before she sleeps in the sand. How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned?
This time on our show, we are right in the midst of a jungle with a friend of ours, Neeraj Chawla. Hi Neeraj.
How are you?
Guys, Neeraj basically is a wildlife photographer. He is doing wildlife photography for last 15 years. I've seen his work. Amazing wildlife photography. And it is through his eyes that we are over here. We'll ask him what goes into wildlife photography. First of all, I like the way you're dressed up.
Thank you.
Is this how you normally do?
Yes, normally we go like this because the birds are very sensitive to colors. If we are wearing very bright colors, then they just fly away, you know. To capture the birds and to go near them, you also have to camouflage with the jungle so that at least they are not disturbed.
Neeraj, one of the most celebrated challenges in bird photography is to capture the crisp images of birds in flight, which is known as the BIF.
Right,
How
right.
tough is it?
It's quite tough, but you see, with the practice, you know, it becomes very easy.
Neeraj, when you do bird in flight, what is the shutter speed?
See, you're right actually. When the birds are in flight and we have to freeze them in a frame, the shutter speed has to be little fast or little big.
Okay.
The reason is, see, when we are pointing the camera towards the ground, we don't get enough reflected light.
Yeah.
But the moment we take the camera towards the sky, like for example, if I point the camera towards your cameraman, it is showing 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now it is showing 5000.
It shoots from 60. Okay. Guys, while I was with him roaming in this jungle, I asked him around 4-5 questions and he didn't answer me any question. For the reason being that he was too involved in telling me, look at this bird, look at this bird, look at this bird. When he was talking about those birds, there's one particular bird he mentioned, and which I could literally see through my eyes, naked eyes. It's a huge bird. When it flies, its color is grey, and when it lands, it turns out to be brown. This is what we did right now, and you shot one of the birds there. What is that bird?
It's actually a very common pond heron, you know. So the underneath of the wings are white. So when the bird is flying, it becomes white, and the moment it sits on the branch, it totally get camouflaged with the tree and it becomes brown, you know. So it is not noticed so clearly because see, birds are they are always afraid, you know, some other bird will attack them.
Exactly.
Like, you know, the raptors or the big birds, they will come from top and they will attack. So they are always very, very careful looking around. You know, you must have seen even a small house sparrow. If you see, it doesn't sit at one place.
Yes.
It is always looking around left, right,
Yes,
left, right.
yes,
So they are very scared.
You have been doing this bird photography for past 15 years.
Almost 15 years, yes.
How do you earn your revenue? Do you write articles, sell footages, stock footages?
Yes, I do write articles for books. Recently, one article has come published in a book called Advitiya Bharat.
Okay.
It's a very prestigious book, and I have written an article, Birds of India,
Okay.
you know, so that, you know, people who are reading that becomes aware of their surrounding. You know, they become at least they pick up some knowledge on birds and nature around them.
You do a lot of
Yeah.
flamingos also. I saw your amazing pictures where you have shot them in thousands.
Yes, yes, flamingos are very interesting birds. They are huge in size, and in fact every year they migrate from Gujarat and they come to Mumbai. And in fact, the first they were noticed in 1994. in a urban city like Mumbai, in a place like Shivdi, you know, these birds used to come because of the mud flats. They eat a special kind of algae. Yeah, and when there is a low tide at Shivri, so what happens is that in the mud there is this algae is there which they eat. So that is why every year they come there. But now there is a big problem at Shivri also, because I think they have started making a construction of a huge bridge there, which is called Navashiva Bridge. So again the habitat of the birds are getting damaged because of that. So in so many years, if you see how the urban development is taking place, and slowly the natural habitat is getting damaged because we are making buildings all around.
Yeah, you're very, in our conversation with you while we were coming,
Yeah.
I could see your unhappiness with the builders of the state and the city, that the natural habitat
Yes.
is going into
Correct.
converting into
Yeah.
concrete.
So I'm
This-
not sure whether next year they will come or no.
I have a very stupid question, but I don't know, it generates a lot of curiosity in me.
Mhm.
While talking to you, you mentioned that there are some birds which come all the way from Oman and Muscat.
Yes, they come.
My question number A is, how do they travel so long?
Mhm.
Question number 2, why do they come here?
See, how they come is a mystery. In fact, if you see, there is a place called Bharatpur, you know.
That bird sanctuary.
Yeah, bird sanctuary,
Yeah,
Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary.
Yeah, very prominent.
Few years back, it's a very prominent place.
Yeah.
Few years back, if you remember, Siberian crane used to come from Siberia. So all the way from Siberia, this bird is flying and coming to Bharatpur and then going back. There are number of reasons for that, you know. One is that in Siberia, the temperature goes down to -40. So bird has to survive. So they start, the moment it becomes too cold in that area, they start migrating to other places which are warmer.
You do animal bird rescue also?
Not really actually, but I'm making a short film on a crow, house crow normally what we call, and it so happened that I had to call a small rescue team to rescue a small chick which got entangled in its own nest, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, because the crows, when they make the nest, basically they use any material. They use this kite manja, they use metal wires. You know, these Diwali bulbs used to come. The what do you say? जो दिवाली की लड़ी होती है, all those things. They, I don't know, mat. Yeah, I don't know from where they pick up all these things. They just stuff into the nest and they make a very strong nest actually. So I had to call for a rescue. It was a difficult job because, as you know how nests are, 20 feet away from the window and 40 feet up in the air, and with the air it is swinging and all those things. It was a difficult task.
This place looks amazing,
Yeah.
but also the amazing are the people around. We can see all the beer bottles here. You can see all the filth over here.
Yeah.
You can see that chunk of bottles.
Correct. This is the irony, you know, like we humans, we like
Such a
to.
lovely place, and you can see. I can see a lotus flower, and I can see a beer bottle neck.
Correct.
So every lotus flower has a beer bottle neck. See,
Correct. You're right.
every flower has a beer bottle neck.
No, this is very serious matter. The way we are polluting our water,
Yeah.
you know, the way we are polluting our water, it is a really serious matter. Yes, that is an egret. See, here it is.
Look at this. Beautiful. Let's come back
Yeah.
to beer bottles.
Yeah. Now, as we are
The way to keep our natural habitat, and I'm
Yeah.
sure that you are very depressed with this, because
I am.
coming to this location, prior to the location,
Yeah.
you did mention me about the filth
Yes.
which people do over
Yes.
here.
This is what we have to become aware of, and also we have to see what we are giving to next generation. You know, we are poisoning our water bodies, we are spoiling them like anything, and we are cutting the trees. Our cities don't have enough trees, and there is so much of pollution due to traffic and other industrialization what is taking place. So we have to really think about it. When there is no place to walk on the road and we are increasing traffic every day, what will happen one day?
That's a serious concern.
Yeah.
On that note, it was a pleasure talking to you, Neeraj. Absolute pleasure talking to you. And learned a lot of things. I learned a complete, I learned a lot. This was one of the most fascinating and adventurous interviews we have done so far. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Reva.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much.
Thanks.
Even I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it. Keep watching.
Hey, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you wish to see more of our content, hit that subscribe button.